longest prelim session is complete. Day 4 has the most action. So many heats, so many semi-finals, and a sprinkling of finals will be in action tonight. I'm wearing my Estonia shirt because Gregor Zirk crushed into the semi-finals, just 0.04 of his best time in the morning, 1:55.52 in the 200 butterfly. I'm stoked to see it. Estonia had their first ever swim finalist last night in Enli Jefimova coming 7th in the 100 breaststroke. And now let's see what Gregor's got tonight. So give your support to Gregor. And I've got a question for you. I've been meaning to do this every day, but I've got a question of the day. Let me know in the comments if you think we will see a world record in the men's 4x200 freestyle relay tonight. I personally think it's going to be the first world record to go. GB looked incredible this morning with Jimmy Guy leading off in a PB. That is a PB for Jimmy. Jimmy's the same age as me, so he's 28 or maybe he's 29 already. He's the same age as me, 95 born, and his previous best time was from the World Championship final in 2015, 9 years ago, 1:45.1, and he just dropped it to 1:45.0 leading off this morning. Before we go forward and recap all the morning's heats, I just want to say, if you want to support what I'm doing, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and if you want to support me further, head over to my website, www.TheSwimsuitGuy.co.uk, because I'm running 2 sales today. The first is for the cap that all the best swimmers are wearing. It's this 3D Aquaforce cap from Arena. It's what Leon Marchand is wearing. It's what Sarah Sjostrom is wearing. It's what every single best swimmer at this meet is wearing. It's the Arena cap with the ripples on the top. And you can get it in 2 colors, black with a gold logo, white with a blue logo. I've never been able to put it on sale because my profit margins suck on this. It's £50. I'm putting it at 45 today, 1 day only. So there's only limited stock, so I can't put it any cheaper than that because I wouldn't make any money and it would sell out too quick. So get over to my website, get the 3D Aquaforce cap, and also to celebrate both the men's and women's 100 freestyle kicking off, my 100 race pace program is the same price as the time that Jack Alexi was fastest in the 100 freestyle heats this morning, 47. So it's £47 instead of £100. That's 53% off. Go over to my website and yeah, save on both the cap and the 100 pace program. Without further ado, let's recap. And it was the 100 freestyle first. As I said, £47.57 because that's what Jack Alexi went this morning in heat 8 to be first seed. We only saw 4 47s. Jack, home favourite Maxime Groussin, David Popovic, the second fastest of all time, and Nandor Nemeth. Jordan Crooks looked really sharp. He's 5th seed at 48.0, and Chalmers just did enough again, 48.0. The biggest question was whether or not Pan Jan Lee was not trying or being risky or whatever, because he was 46.9 leading off the relay. He is back in tied 13th in 48.40. Just to clarify, the cutoff was Sunwoo Huang in 48.41, and we saw 3 other guys go 48.4 and not make it. 48.46, 48.47, 48.49 did not make it. Pan was 48.40 and he was like 5th in his heat. Worrying, but I think he'll be fine tonight. But he cut it close. Both the Americans got through. Matt Richards got through. Gui Santos got through. Yeah. No, there was no big misses in my opinion. No big misses. I'm looking, no big misses. Then we had the women's 1500 freestyle. Katie Grimes was the big miss. She had a brilliant 4 AM last night getting a medal, and I think it was just too much to get back in the pool this morning and try and do enough to make it through in the 1500 without missing. And unfortunately, she was 4 seconds off the cut. The cut was 16.08, which is fine, but we did see a few, in fact 4 sub 16 minutes. Katie Ledecky, of course, led the way in 15.47, and I think she is the biggest favourite in this event of anything. I think that she's a higher favourite than Leon was in the 4 AM. But there's going to be a great 3-way battle for the minor medals with Simona Quadrella, Anastasia Kiprikova, and Isabel Gose. They were all 15.51, 15.52, 15.53. That'll be a fun race tomorrow night. Then we had the women's 100 freestyle, and I've loved it. Took both men's and women's 100 freestyle today. It was great. Gretchen Walsh went out really well to 75 in the first seeded semi-final, but then Sarah Sjostrom overtook her at the end to go 52.99, the only sub 53 swim of the morning. In the last heat, Siobhan looked very controlled to go 53.02, and we also saw in Sarah's heat, Yang Zhuan of China going 53.0 as well. Of course, everyone made it back. You've got the two Australians, 5th and 6th. Marit Steenbergen, the world champ from Doha, in 4th. Tori Husk had a brilliant start. She's 7th. Gretchen's 8th. Anna Hopkins, joint 10th with Kayla Sanchez. And 54.1 to make it back. That's half a second adrift of what the A-cut time was. Again, I just don't understand what World Aquatics and IOC are doing. Why is the A-cut faster than what is making the semi-finals? Like, there's people at the meet who could make the semi-finals who couldn't enter because they didn't get the A-cut. It doesn't make sense to me. Oh well. Moving on, men's 200 breaststroke. Very cautious, I think. Very cautious. Zach Stubblety-Cook, go and watch it if you've not watched it. The guy, let me just clarify, was 103.6 at 100. He was basically in 8th in his heat, maybe 7th at 150 in his heat, and then he won his heat with 209.4, coming back in 32.2. And he looked unfazed. It was a joke swimming. It was PB +4, but it was still a joke swimming. He's second seed behind the Korean Cho, who stormed past Leon Marchand in the last 15 metres to win the last heat. Leon, I think, was cruising, in my opinion. Leon opened it up very fast in 1:09, and then was like, hey, yep, I've tested the front end for the final. Now I'll just sit back, chill out. I'm missing the men's 200 fly. I've obviously not downloaded the report because I'm going through on the iPad each day on the reports. Yeah, Leon had also already done the men's 200 fly, so I'll go back and do that at the end. Obviously, I've mentioned the 200 fly because of Craig on making the final. So Leon done a pretty dirty double. That's 3 sessions, this morning, tonight, and tomorrow night, potentially, he will do 200 breast, 200 fly. And they could put him in the men's 4x2 free tonight, which, if he does 5 200s today, the guy is crazy. The big thing of the morning really was Chin Hyang. Looked terrible again. I don't want to be that guy, but maybe if he was taking performance enhancing drugs and no longer is, there seems to be a drastic effect, because the guy went 205 last year and he struggled 15th with 210.9. He just looked horrible. Every single stroke looked horrible. He barely made it back. He made it back by 0.1. You know, that's not playing around in a 200 breaststroke. That's just, you've not got much more. Both the Americans made it back. And that finally brings us to the men's 4x2. James Guy, Jim Bob Goom, Jimmy Guy, leading off the British relay. Wow. 145.0, looked phenomenal. 0.3 off of what won last night. He obviously come 4th at British trials. Wow. Jack McMillan looked great on the second leg. He won't get a swim later. 145.6 is just not enough to get a swim, unfortunately, because we'll bring Duncan and Matt in. And I think we'll keep Tom Dean on the team. I mean, the defending Olympic champion, you'd be mad not to keep him on the team, even though he just went 146.7 at the end. I'd like to think there was a agreement in place to say, hey, you will swim the final, regardless of what you go this morning. And they put Kieran Bird, who's from the 400 freestyle and had a great 200 free at British trials. They put him in 147.6, but hopefully in 24 hours' time, he can say, I'm an Olympic champion, because they looked a class above the rest. The Americans didn't have any star power. They will change a lot of their team. They had Kibler, Peroni, Curry, and Giuliano. They had just 140. They had just won 145 earlier. It's not great. I think they should put Hunter Armstrong in. They probably won't, but I think they should. Australia 4th, France 3rd. Again, wonder if they're gonna decide to put Leon Marchand in. And there was a tied 8th between Japan and Israel to make the final. And that's crazy. They're not going to have a swim-off. Don't worry, there's no swim-off. They'll just swim 9 teams. So we're going to have 9 teams in the Olympic final tonight. And that's historic for Israel there. So this is, a brilliant morning. Fast swimming. And let's just go back to the men's 200 fly, where we did see the enigma that is Christoph Milak just look ridiculous. I'm not a betting guy, but some of my mates are betting on this meet, and someone got 4-1 odds for Christoph to win. That's the easiest money I've ever seen. 153.9. He shut down at the end. Had so much speed at the start. 24.6. He is just ahead of Ilya Kroon from Canada, who's a great talent. He was a Sandpipers of Nevada swimmer. Now he trains with Bob at ASU. He's going to be a threat. And Noe, he was 154.0, Noe 154.7, and Alberto Rossetti of Italy, the Raz dog, also 154.7. So 4 sub-155s. Gregor in 10th, 155.5. There was a lot of big misses in this. First of all, Luca Orlando. Again, just this absolute talent. The fastest 100-yard backstroke of all time. He was burst onto the scene real young on the men's 200 fly. Just wasn't there this morning. The same goes for Matt Sates, not there at all, 157. Lewis Clarebert, who famously beat Chad Leclos at the Commonwealth Games, broke my heart. 157, not making it back, and Tomoru Honda, the world champion from Doha, an Olympic medalist last time around in this event, just looked horrible. 157.3. I mean, rough. Anyway, a lot of swims this morning. It's going to be a brilliant, stacked, lengthy night of swimming. Make sure you tune in. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button if you're enjoying these recaps. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss all the recaps and our live shows. And check out my website. 5-pack, the first and only time I'm going to do a sale of my Arena Aquaforce 3D race caps. I actually haven't got them here to show you because my dad has all my stock right now. So this is a different one. This is just a white one with a pink logo. This is not what you'd be getting. And the 100 race pace program, the same time, the same price, £47.57. That's 53% off. The same time as Jack Alexia went this morning. Make sure you snap it up. Support what I'm doing. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.